What's good, Skins fans? So I feel like it's been a little while since I made a video. It was Sunday after we took the L to the Packers. As you all know, I'll start with this video. A lot of people have been asking about, or the debate or whatever, the big controversy. Not a controversy, but a lot of Redskins fans have been jumping ship to cheer for the Baltimore Ravens. And, you know, my opinion on it, I can never, and I live in Baltimore right now. I was born in Washington, D.C., raised in PG County. I could never jump ship and cheer for the Baltimore Ravens. I just couldn't do it. I can't do it in really, and baseball I don't really care about, but I just can't do it in football. I can't. I'm sorry. And if the Redskins suck again, knock on wood, if they suck for the next 10 years and we have to just go through mediocrity again, I'd probably just stop being a fan and I'd just be a fan of the game. I would just be a fan of the game, honestly. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm a Ravens fan, I'm a Packers fan, I'm a Steelers fan. I just couldn't do it. It's just not my blood. It's just not my blood to team hop. That's just how I am. The Washington Wizards, same way. I couldn't cheer for the Philadelphia Sixers or whoever team is closest to the area. I just can't do it. And I'm very happy for Action Jackson. You know, he's a minority quarterback. He's a black quarterback, and you know, there's not a lot of black quarterbacks out there. Let's be honest here. So I'm cheering for him. I'm happy for him. He's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing. He's the MVP by far. He's breaking records, broke Michael Vick's record. He's done a lot of good things. So I'm cheering for Action Jackson, but I cannot sit up here and put a Ravens hat on. I just can't do that. I can't put purple on my body. I cannot put a Ravens hat on. I cannot put a Ravens jersey on. It's just not my blood. It just wouldn't feel right. It just wouldn't sit right with me. I don't know about you guys, but people jumping ship to the Ravens, hey, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. I won't judge you. But like I said, me personally, I just wouldn't be able to jump ship and hop on Ravens. I just couldn't do it. Like I said, I'm not wishing any ill will against the Ravens. And we play the Ravens next year because we always play the AFC North every 4 years. Most likely, this one's going to be at FedEx because we beat the Ravens 2 times in a row. We've beaten the Ravens. The last time we played them in Baltimore, and the year before that was when Haloti Nadi, or whatever his name is, blew up RG3's knee, and Kirk Cousins came in. We beat the Ravens. So we beat the Ravens back-to-back games. So it is what it is. You know, obviously they've just been a better franchise than us in their existence so far. We still have 3 rings. They have 2 rings. But like I said, I just could never jump ship. Burgundy and gold in my blood. Washington Wizards red, white, and blues in my blood. Georgetown, Maryland Terps, all that. I could never jump ship to the Ravens. That's just me. I could never do it. So I'm sorry. Not sorry. I couldn't do it, man. But I like what they're doing. I like Greg Roman. Greg Roman's another coaching candidate too. You never know. But let's get to the Eagles game here. I couldn't care less if we win or lose, to be honest with you. I actually rather us just lose because, honestly, if you look at the playoff race, if you're a real Redskins fan, once again, if you're a real Redskins fan, you wouldn't jump ship to the Ravens, first of all. Second of all, I'd rather see the Eagles make the playoffs than the Cowboys. And everybody's like, oh, we should play spoiler and all this stuff. No, don't spoil the Cowboys' hopes. If you want to play spoiler the Cowboys' hopes to make the playoffs. And the way we do that is by letting the Eagles win. And I don't really care because we're out of playoff contention. We might as well get the best pick we can get. I'm not just saying, oh, get Chase Young, but we might as well get the highest pick because you never know. We might be able to trade back. Say if we get the second pick and the Dolphins want to trade up or somebody else wants to trade up with us to get a quarterback. You know, who knows, you know. So I just feel like we should get the second pick. Get the highest pick we can get. The Giants are going to lose again and probably lose out. The game we play the Giants is probably going to be the Chase Young Bowl, if you will. Like I said, I like Andrew Thomas. Either one is fine with me. But the game against the Giants is probably going to be the Chase Young Bowl. Now let's get to the keys to victory or whatever, the game preview here. Ryan Kerrigan's on IR if you didn't know. Who else? Quentin Dunbar's not playing. Most likely isn't playing. He's questionable. Paul Richardson is out. Trey Quinn is out again. Who else? Those are the injury lists. Of course, Darius Geis is out. Dwayne Haskins should be starting, even though the ankle injury, he should be starting. So we'll see. And to talk about the Eagles, we know who they are. And the Eagles have had a disappointing season by far. And I told them when we lost to them in week 1, don't be happy about that win. And I told them that. You know, Deshaun Jackson won them that game. It wasn't really, I'm not going to say it wasn't a team effort, but Deshaun Jackson won them that game. You know, if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have won that game. He was able to take the top off the defense. And I want to say he scored like 3 touchdowns or something like that. So he won them that game. He's been injured for basically the whole year. And once he got injured, it kind of went down here for the Eagles. They just didn't have a deep threat anymore. Aguilar had hands like a snake, couldn't catch a cold. with butt naked out in 30 degrees. Aguilar just can't catch anything. He just can't. Who else? Alshon Jeffrey not liking Carson Wentz. The whole team basically not liking Carson Wentz. The inside the locker room issues. Orlando Scandrick going on Skip and Shannon talking about the dysfunction in the locker room. Nick Foles and stuff like that. Everybody liking and wanting Nick Foles instead of Carson Wentz. So the Eagles have really kind of self-destructed themselves. They have gone through a lot of injuries, but I don't want to hear the injury excuse because with the Redskins, we have so many injuries. Darius Guice, Trent Williams not playing, Vernon Davis, Jordan Reed. The list goes on and on with injuries. Chris Thompson always injured. So if you want to go tit for tat with injuries, we can go there. The Redskins will always win with the injury battle. But as far as the Eagles concerned, we respect Carson Wentz. A lot of Philly fans don't like Carson Wentz, but even his own fans don't even like him. They want Nick Foles instead of Carson Wentz. So this game is really a winnable game. Who else? Arcega-Whiteside hasn't played up to his abilities. He hasn't really played up to what he's supposed to be. They've really underachieved. Miles Sanders is decent. Jordan Howard's been injured for the most part. I don't think he's playing. This guy named Boston Scott has come out of nowhere and started playing really well. Darren Sproles, of course, injured. You think about their additions, Deshaun Jackson, like I said, you can never trust him to play a full season. Darren Sproles is, 35, 36, 37 years old, very old. So the guy, their special pieces that they thought were going to really push them over the top were injured or just injury prone and old, So their GM kind of failed the Eagles and kind of failed Carson Wentz this season. To think about the Eagles. And then you look at their defense. Their defense has been pretty trash. You saw what Terry McLaurin did to the Eagles in game one where he just cut them up. Really should have had 200 yards, but Case Keenum missed him in the third quarter for the deep pass where he just ran past, was it Darby or Russell Douglas or one of those guys. Those guys can't cover anybody, And you see what Eli Manning did with Darius Slayton on Monday Night Football. He was just cooking the Eagles. The Eagles should not have won that game. I feel like the Giants are tanking for Chase Young, and that's the only reason why I feel like they won that game. It's inexcusable. Zach Ertz is really good. Dallas Goedert's really good. The Eagles lost to the Dolphins, which is just trash. They let a punter and a kicker do a trick play and throw a touchdown on them. So the Eagles have been very, very disappointing this year. And, we've been trash, so it is what it is. The whole NFC East has been the NFC least. And I feel like the whole NFC East, nobody from it should make the playoffs. They need to change the rules. I'm not going to say a divisional winner shouldn't make the playoffs, but a divisional winner definitely shouldn't have a home game. The Eagles or Cowboys, they don't deserve to have a home game because the Seahawks might have to go to Dallas or Philly, or the 49ers might have to go to Dallas or Philly in the first round, or even the Rams or the Vikings. These teams do not. All those teams are named Vikings, Rams, Seahawks. All those teams deserve a home game for the playoff game because they're going to have at least 11 wins. The Seahawks have, 10 wins already? Niners, 10 wins or 11 wins already. Seahawks. All those teams have played well. In the NFC East, somebody might finish 8-8 and win the division, and that's terrible. That's awful. That's not deserving of a home football game. And I feel like this year the NFC East should be banned, honestly, or disqualified from making the playoffs. It's that terrible. It's that terrible. We know Philly or Dallas, they're going to get blown out in that first round. Whoever wins is going to get blown out. Like I said, they have a lot of injuries now. Back to us. The ways we can win this game is if Dwayne just stands tall in the pocket. We have to have an up-tempo offense for Dwayne Haskins. We cannot have him with this slow, methodical, run the ball on first down all the time type offense. That's not going to work for Dwayne Haskins. He's not going to get better like that. He's done well in the 2-minute drill. That's the only times where we've seen him excel towards the end of the game or towards the end of the half in the 2-minute drill where he finds Steven Sims down the field, finds Terry McLaurin where he's looking. He's up-tempo, upbeat. The defense doesn't get a chance to call an exotic blitz that he's never seen before because he's just moving, and the defense doesn't have a chance to really call their defense and call up their scheme. So we need to, if we have to do a no-huddle, it is what it is. Make Dwayne feel comfortable. Make him feel comfortable. Let's do a play action on first down. Let's switch it up. Let's do a nice pass, a little slant or something. Just make him comfortable, a screen pass, something. It doesn't have to be a crazy play, and this game, we should be going for it on fourth down. We should be doing trick plays. We have nothing to lose. Our season's over. We're already mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. So that's just how I feel about this game. I think we rather should just get the draft pick rather than trying to play spoiler. And if we are going to play spoiler, like I said, we should beat the Cowboys and not the Eagles because I don't want to see the Cowboys in the playoffs. I don't. I'm tired of seeing them on First Take. I'm tired of seeing them on Skip and Shannon. Now, to the defense, Kerrigan's not playing, so this is good news for Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat will probably be lining up on that side again where he's most comfortable. Nate Orchard, the Angry Orchard, Chris Odom should be playing. Fabian Moreau's playing a lot better. Josh Norman probably might play just a little bit. And who else? Quentin Dunbar's probably not playing. Landon Collins, all those guys, they should be able to have a good game this game. You just got to watch out for Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. Who else? For us, Steven Sims got to step up, catch the ball. Kelvin Harmon, sprinkle, catch the ball, please. Adrian Peterson's about 282 yards away from 1,000 yards. He gets like a $200,000 signing bonus or something like that if he makes it. So I'm rooting for him if he can get 1,000 yards on this season. That's just remarkable for him. Old guy, been in the league for so long. It was held inactive. It was a healthy scratch in game 1, and it's still about to fool around and get 1,000 yards on the season. It's just crazy. And Jay Gruden barely ran the ball with Adrian Peterson while he was here through those first 5 games. So it's just remarkable to see Adrian Peterson get close to 1,000 yards, to even get 5,000 yards. That's just crazy to me. Wow, Adrian Peterson is incredible. He really is, and he will be back next year because Darius guys can never really stay healthy. So this game, like I said, if Dwayne Haskins, Adrian Peterson run the ball pretty well on this team, just watch out for Fletcher Cox and Tim Jernigan. We respect those guys, but their corners, they're pretty awful. Russell Douglas is mediocre. Darby's mediocre, and Jalen Mills is mediocre as well. So Terry McLaurin should be able to have a good day if Dwayne Haskins can hook up with him and not overthrow him. He should be able to have a good game. So we'll see. I have us losing this game about 24-20. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna be 24-20. Actually, I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I think it's gonna be like 17-14 because the Eagles just don't have many weapons except for Boston Scott, Zach Ertz, and Dallas Goedert. And Robert Davis Jr. is on the Eagles now. We did release him. I remember everybody, we loved Robert Davis. Robert Davis was pretty good in the preseason. Wish he would have got some more opportunities. I think Cam Sims is going to be playing this game, so he should be. I heard he was starting in the slot. I heard Bill Callahan say that, so that's good news to hear that. So hopefully Cam Sims can get some more opportunities. Let me know what y'all think, man. Are y'all hopping over to the Ravens or what? I mean, I just can't do it. It's not in my blood. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. So, all right, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Hail to them Skins, Wizards, Caps, Nats, Terps. All right, y'all. Peace. Mystics too. Peace.